There are 3 questions that you should be asking yourself before you create any plan when it comes to making your goals a reality. And if you miss even just one of them, you could be setting yourself up for failure. If you're new here, my name is Shane, I'm a mechanical engineer, and I just love helping people create lives that are happier than they ever thought possible. But not only that, I'm also in the middle of a 6-week challenge at the minute where I'm giving myself 2 hours to create 2 YouTube videos a week, each being 2 minutes or less. So let's get that timer up on the screen. 3, 2, 1, go. The first question is, what were your biggest celebrations? Because ultimately, these are the things that we want to make sure that we keep doing as we move into the next planning cycle. What went well? What did we really find good results in that we weren't expecting? And where did we just feel good about ourselves? These questions are really, really important. And if you're somebody who's a type A driven person, we very, very quickly brush over these because we focus on the things where we fell short. But take the time to ask yourself those questions because the magic is in there. These are the things that are going to keep you motivated and the things that will keep you pushing forward even when things get tough. So don't skip over that question. The second question is, what were your biggest challenges? This is where the learnings are. What went wrong? What didn't go to plan? Was it just the fact that you planned too much in and weren't able to account for weeks that just got busy? Or was it just something that was completely left field? These are the things that we want to learn from. The last question, which I never hear anybody talking about, is asking ourselves where we were either professional or an amateur. The example that I always use for this is learning to play guitar. And there's 2 approaches that you can take. One is to become a beginner guitarist, and the other one is to just give it a go. In the give it a go camp, you hear stories of people who, leave the guitar in a different room and go in, pick it up whenever they feel like it, and they don't really make any progress. That's a very amateur type approach. Whereas if you want to become a professional, if you want to become a guitarist, everybody knows what you need to do. You need to practice every day, regardless when you're in the mood for it or not, and you need to do some of the things that are just boring. It's the scales, the finger positioning, the finger stretches, all those things. Are they fun? No, but it's a professional way of approaching it because you're taking off all the foundations and fundamentals that you need to have for the future. Asking ourselves where we're being professional versus amateur when it comes to our other goals just allows us to assess as to where we're kind of just taking it passively, or where are we actually being proactive. We want to aim towards being more proactive than passive because this is where we get deliberate about the actions and the energy that we're investing into this thing that we want. There's going to be loads of things in our life that we want, but if we truly want to turn them into a reality, we need to get deliberate about making that happen. And the only way to do that over the long term is by developing a professional mindset. If you're interested in figuring out exactly how I go through my 90-day planning cycle overall, this is only one section of it. And this section actually is first of 4 others that follow, which end up creating a rounded plan which allows me to stay in control, stay focused, but also do it in a way that doesn't feel like it's taking over my entire life. I don't know about you, but thinking about my goals takes up enough of my mental bandwidth as it is, and I don't want to set my life up in a way that just means that just takes over. And so the system that I've created is one that allows me to feel in control, but almost lets this stuff happen not quite in the background, but as only a partial part of my life. And for me, over the last 8 years that I've been doing this, it has just allowed me to feel so in control. If this feels like something that you're interested in, I'll drop a link down below which you might find interesting, so go and check it out. But that's this week's video. I hope you had a really, really good week ahead, and I will talk to you in the next one. Peace.